Today we will be looking at unusual video cards that have tried to break the norm with their designs and integration. Our examples today will show rare scenarios and the results of when video card manufacturers choose to do something different with their innovations or choose to go the extra mile to create a graphics card that is beyond the usual GPU setups people are used to. The first card in our list is the EVGA GeForce GTX 275 PhysX Edition. This video card has two chips, but that's not particularly what we find unusual since other graphics cards have done so before, but there's more to it. These chips are different. One of them is the GTX 275 and the other is a GTS 250. Such an intricate move by EVGA was made in order to improve performance in games that used PhysX. PhysX is a physics engine technology developed by nvidia. It was designed to simulate real-world physics in video games and is used to create realistic particle effects such as explosions, smoke, fire, and water splashes. This meant that games that supported PhysX technology provided a more immersive experience with lifelike physics simulations. So the EVGA GTX 275 PhysX Edition was offering better physics in games without a hit to performance by having a separate GPU, the GTS 250, that was dedicated to physics processing, paired with the GTX 275, the primary graphics card, which would focus purely on rendering graphics. This would lead to better overall performance and smoother gameplay, especially in games that heavily utilized physics simulations. The plan worked as it should, and in most games, this card showed better results than the usual GTX 275. But there weren't many games that supported PhysX at the time to justify spending $100 more for the EVGA PhysX Edition. The next card is the classic 3DFX Voodoo 5 6000. This graphics card is a legendary and rare piece of hardware that was the flagship graphics card produced by 3DFX Interactive, a prominent graphics card manufacturer in the late 1990s. What made it special? Well, the Voodoo 5 6000 featured 4 VSA 100 graphics processing units on a single card, each with a frequency of 166 MHz and 1.4 billion transistors. The Voodoo 5 6000 used a technology similar to modern SLI or crossfire setups where multiple GPUs work in parallel to enhance rendering performance. Each GPU had 32 MB of SD-RAM memory with a frequency of 166 MHz, making it a total of 128 MB of VRAM, which was 4 times more than the competition, the GeForce 2 and Radeon 7000 series GPUs, since those GPUs each used a single chip. Unfortunately, the Voodoo 5 6000 was not mass-produced and existed as a prototype and was never officially released to the market due to 3DFX's financial troubles. Only engineering samples and a few pre-production units made it into the hands of collectors and enthusiasts. Because of its rarity, historical significance, and the nostalgia associated with 3DFX, the Voodoo 5 6000 has become a highly sought-after collector's item among retro PC gaming enthusiasts. Finding a fully functional Voodoo 5 6000 today is extremely difficult. As a result of these factors, the Voodoo 5 6000 has become one of the most valuable and expensive graphics card in the vintage and collector's market. The most recent example of this was an eBay auction that ended up with a sale of a prototype of the Voodoo 5 6000 at $15,000. Also, if you liked the video, don't forget to like and subscribe and leave a comment. It helps us a lot. The next card is the PowerColor Devil 13 dual-core R9 290X. If you look at this video card from the front, there seems to be nothing unusual in it, but these are in fact two R9 290X video cards combined into one. And just look at how many connectors for additional power needed for it. 4 8-pin connectors. Pure madness, especially for 2015. A single R9 290X had a TDP of 290 watts, but this dual GPU from PowerColor had a TDP of 580 watts, which is more than that of an RTX 4090. The video card requires an insane amount of power to work, so even the PSU requirements were almost twice that of a single R9 290X, which had a recommended PSU requirement of 600 watts. But to run the dual PowerColor R9 290X, you needed a PSU with 1000 watts or more as the recommended. And as for the cooling, it removes the hellish heat from the two chips using two giant radiators, each with 5 heat pipes and a triple fan setup. Without them, a computer with this video card would simply have flared up and the devil would have appeared from there. Even the name of the GPU hints at this. In terms of performance, the video card easily dominated at all games on ultra settings until 2017. If so far you're still not impressed, then this next one should be the one to do it. We're talking about the ASUS EAH 3850 Trinity. This was a custom variant of the ATI Radeon HD 3850X3 graphics card, but produced by ASUS. It featured a unique design and some innovations that set it apart from the reference HD 3850 cards during its time. It came with 3 mobile RV670 chips in Crossfire and was cooled by a combination of aluminum heatsinks, copper heat pipes, and an enclosed water cooling system. The 3 55nm GPUs all had the dedicated memory of 512 MB, each giving it a total of 1.5 GB of shared memory. Each chip made use of a 256-bit memory bus and contained 320 stream processors with a core clock speed of 669 MHz. It featured a 1 8-pin power connector and 4 DVI connectors. In general, the card turned out to be damn expensive and not the most productive due to unoptimized drivers, although it had a lot of potential. It was without a doubt unique for a card of its time. By the way, I have some exciting reviews coming up, so I will ask you viewers for only 500 likes and a sub to the channel so that you don't miss our upcoming content. See you again soon at Live Games.